So, let us begin from where we left in our last lecture. We were discussing food quality and food safety. In this part 2, we'll continue with the same topic, but by now you must be very clear that food safety is as important as the nutritional quality of your food. You must also be very convenient with your parents and your elders when they say don't have roadside food, don't eat the food outside, and the reasons behind that you would be able to comprehend it. Let's proceed further. In this video we'll do the national and international food standards which have been established, their role in ensuring food safety and food quality to keep us safe, and the importance of food safety management systems, the career options which are available to one and all in this particular field. Let us first begin with food quality. The term food quality refers to attributes that influence a product's value to the consumer. So it deals with the consumer and the product's value. It is a holistic concept. What do we mean by holistic concept? That it considers both the negative attributes and the positive attributes. It's not that it's only talking about color, flavor, and texture, the things which are good, but also about contamination, adulteration, food safety hazards. The factors are the nutritional traits. These are the factors which are considered in food quality. Sensorial properties, we discussed in the last video also, which deals with color, texture, shape, appearance, taste, flavor, odor, the things we can intercept with our sensory organs. The social considerations and the safety measures. In this, you can easily spot the apple which is not of a good quality. This is sensorial properties, we can easily see and identify it. The salient features of food safety and quality are: safety is a primary attribute and is a precursor of quality. If a food is safe, then only it is of a good quality, and by now you must be very sure that the food quality is not good. Whatever be its nutritive value, it will make you ill. So, to ensure that the foods are safe, the government and the international bodies, both of them are working, have laid down food standards for all the food service provider. Please note, all food service provider, they could be wholesalers, they could be roadside vendors, they could be five-star hotels, everywhere, at all the stages of pre-preparation, preparation, processing, packaging, and servicing. So preparation activities before preparation, activities after preparation, right from the farm to the to the consumer. It's dealing with all the steps. The salient points which are to be seen are the quality of raw material, including water, very important, cleanliness of premises, personnel, equipment, everything. Storage of food should be at proper temperature. If it is to be stored in refrigerator, then it should be refrigerated. अगर उसे freezer में रखना है, it should be the freezer. The food hygiene and also the good serving practices, कैसे हम serve कर रहे हैं, it includes personal hygiene, the ingredient should be good, handling should be good, temperature should be safe, and the premise should also be good. Now the food standards are very important because it is on these standards that we are going to judge our food. There are of four levels, and all these are integrated into each other, and it deals with all the aspects of production, service, supply, and trade also within and between the nations. So, at the first level, it is the company standards which are prepared by the company for its own use. They are copies of national standards. तो जो हमारे nation में standards हैं, the companies are expected to follow those very standards. Then are the national standards which are issued by the country for its boundaries, and these national standards, they are usually in accordance with the international standards. Then we have regional standards, regions which are similar geographical, climatic, or any other criteria. They have their own standardization bodies. These regional uh, boundaries could be the SAARC nations, the Commonwealth nations, any regional standards. Then we have the international standards. These are the highest and for whole of the world. It includes the International Organization of Standardization and Codex Alimentarius Commission. We'll be dealing with these in details. Food standards regulation in India, we'll be talking first of the national standards. अगर इंडिया का है तो it's very clear these are national standards. The first is the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act in 1954. It was enacted by the Government of India, National Standards है ना, to prevent adulteration of food, which was becoming a menace. Over 200 amendments have been undertaken, which gives you an idea how complicated the whole issue is. All food products manufactured in India, imported हो या sold in India, manufactured, imported or sold, all of them have to meet the requirements which are prescribed under this act. This is a symbol of PFA, but there are some other regulations also which assist FSSA. Those are Food and Vegetable Product Order. जैसा कि नाम से ही clear है, it is meant for fruit and vegetable products. Then we have Meat Food Product Order, which is for meat products. The Vegetable Oil Product Orders, which are for vanaspati, margarine, shortcomings, and any other oil product. So, this is pickle. It's of a vegetable source. So, it is FPO, which is to be put on this. Voluntary product certifications, there are few other voluntary certifications which a company can opt for, and main amongst them are, we'll be dealing with them, egg mark. Egg mark, it is the certification of agricultural products. So it is agricultural products. If you are dealing with turmeric, coriander, these are all agricultural products. Flour, and this is the symbol of egg mark. Then we come to ISI. These standardization are of various consumer goods, including the food products. ISI symbol is also there. So because food products are also included along with consumer goods, it could be there on a cooker or your iron, and also on biscuits and jams. And last is FSSAI. It is basically an act which brings different legislations pertaining to food safety under one umbrella. So rather than having very small rules which govern different categories, we have now one category, that is the FSSAI. You can see the symbol and you will find it in all the labels of the eatables. Now FSSA, we'll deal with it. The object of SSA is to consolidate the laws relating to food. Abhi humne dekha we had so many laws, now we have consolidated it into one FSSA. The organization is FSSAI, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. इसी का symbol ऊपर आपको दिख रहा है. It is on all edible products. The purpose of SSAI is to lay down the science-based standards for foods which can be tested, regulate their manufacture, storage, distribution, sale, and import. So you can see all the stages are there, right from manufacturing to import or usage. Ensure availability of good and wholesome food for human consumption so that the diseases are kept at bay. The provisions in this act are maintenance of hygienic conditions in and around the manufacturing premises, assessment and management of risk factors to human health in a scientific manner. This scientific manner was not earlier specified in the Food Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. FSSAI it has been included, and now we have to manage and assess also the risk which is involved with all the foods. Reflects the international shift in the food laws. So jo international standards mein shifts aaye, we have maintained them in our national standards. That is from composite standards or vertical standards to safety or horizontal standards. That is specific to general. जैसा अभी आपने पीछे एग्जाम्पल दिया था, we had different categories: food, vegetable, fruits, then we have agriculture, consumer goods, refined goods, vegetable oil. So these were all vertical standards. So understand the difference between vertical and horizontal. Vertical में what we had was, we had all the different standards. एक चीज ये है, एक चीज ये है, एक चीज ये है, ये सारे vertical हैं, हमने सबके लिए अलग अलग rules बनाए. Horizontal में we have made just one rule and it is to be followed by every edible item. It could be anything. So here also you can see in the edible item label, the FSSAI symbol needs to be there. बीच में अगर आपको याद हो, there was रामदेव की हल्दी में sorry, it was for honey I guess, that FSSAI was not being given. So you have to reach the standards of SSAI. Now we come over to international organization. There are several international organizations and agreements also which have played a role in enhancing food safety, quality, securing, facilitating research and trade. So, looking out for new researches, new products, trade, safety, everything is included in it. And the major organizations which are playing a key role are, the first is Codex Alimentarius Commission, CAC. Second is International Organization for Standards. आपने ISO का mark देखा होगा, that is ISO 9000, 9001. And the World Trade Organization, the symbols are given. First, we begin with Codex Alimentarius Commission. The organization of CECAs, it is an intergovernmental body. Just remember, government का है इसमें part. And it also includes FAO, that is Food and Agricultural Organization of United Nations, and WHO, that is World Health Organization. आजकल ये बहुत न्यूज़ में है. कोरोना का जो पूरा फाइट है, it has been governed from World Health Organization. The objective of SCAG is it establishes international standards to protect the health of consumers and facilitate food and agricultural trade. So, these are all international standards to protect our health. Membership in 2017 was 187 countries are member to it. The significance is it has international reference point for development associated with food standards. So these standards are at international level, we copy them at national level, the national level are copied at the company level. The document they publish is Food Code, and it includes the connection of internationally adopted food standards. So sare standards, they are there in Food Code. Different countries use codex standards to develop national standards. In India also, India is also a member, and the office is located in DGHS office. If you want, you can see the details. Now we move over to International Organization for Standardization, that is ISO. The organization is a world. The organization, it is worldwide and non-governmental. Remember, CAC was governmental. So this is non-governmental federation of national standard bodies, and the adoption of these standards is voluntary. You don't have to. It is not forced because it's not a government organization. Mission: it promotes the development of standardization activities. Please remember that was more document part and this is more activity part. So wahan we lay down the roles and here we implement it and follow it. In the world, international exchange of goods and services, intellectual, scientific, technological, economic activities, whole of it is covered. Remember, here everywhere you have activities. The result, international agreements you get, they are all published in the international standards. और उसके बाद the international reference is 9 ISO 9000, which shows the quality requirement. Now the difference between Codex and ISO, what are the differences? The first one, it develops national regulation documents. This is what I told you. It deals with the documents, and here it prepares the standards. This is voluntary and this is not voluntary. This is slow to change. Government ka hai, so you can remember, if because it is of government, it is slow to change. And here the standards are revised every 5 years. Codex has minimum acceptable practices. Minimum hai, you have to fulfill these requirements. And ISO, it deals with the current standards. जो भी हमारी आज की practices हैं, if there has been some changes, ISO adopts it very fast, and in all the activities, the production, it is visible. Governmental organization hai Codex, and ISO is a non-government organization. Now we do World Trade Organization, WTO. It was established in 1995. Its objective is, this is trade. So remember, we'll be dealing with trade, help trade flow smoothly, fairly by administering trade agreements. Here you have trade agreements, settling trade disputes, assisting countries in trade policy matters. So jahan bhi trade aayega, you will have World Trade Organization. Agreement covers goods, services and intellectual property. So सब covered है इसमें, goods भी हैं, services भी हैं और intellectual property भी है. But now suppose we have formed all these rules, everything is in place, you still need an enforcement, that is the control system. आपने यहाँ पर सब कुछ बना दिया, ये मेरा एक घर है, सब कुछ है, लेकिन मेरे पास इसको देखने के लिए कोई फैसिलिटी नहीं है. So this is the control system where you have two steps, the food inspection and the analytical capability. पहले we'll be inspecting and then we'll analyze it details. So food inspection, the objective is to confirm products to the standards. We had laid down the standards. Here in control, what we'll do, we'll see whether the products are conforming to the standards or no. And it has to be verified through inspection. And the purpose is that all the fruits which are produced, handled, processed, stored, distributed are in compliance with the regulations and legislations laid down from time to time. The process is government and municipal authorities, they appoint food inspectors. And what do these food inspectors do? They investigate the standards in their laboratories and they submit their reports on the basis of which other steps are taken. Now, for the analytical capability, how are we going to deal with the laboratories and how will we analyze the samples जो municipal authorities ने collect किए हैं? The object is to detect food contaminants and environmental chemicals, biotoxin, foodborne diseases जिससे होती है, anything we need to detect it in the labs. So what will we need? We'll be needing labs which are very well equipped, and we'll also be needing well trained personnel who have knowledge of the labs, the management, physical chemical properties. जो जो हमने पीछे पढ़ा था, you need knowledge of all of it. Now, to control it, if we find any difference, what is it that we are going to do to control it? A food hazard can come into food at any stage of food chain. That is why we have been dealing with all the stages. Control throughout the food chain is essential. It's not that जैसे कि पहले था we only tested the final product और final product में problem होती थी तो we had to undergo the whole process again. But now we have to control throughout the chain, and food safety is to be ensured throughout. For this, what are the steps we have to do? It is HACCP, GMP and GHP. अब ये तीनों क्या हैं? सबसे पहले हमारे पास हैं good manufacturing practices, manufacturing के लिए. Then we have good handling practices for handling, hygienic handling. Then we have hazard analysis critical control points, HACCP. Here we'll be analyzing the hazards, the risks, and we'll be taking steps to improve it. First, we deal with good manufacturing practices, GMP. This is the symbol of GMP. It gives you quality assurance that the manufacturer and processor has taken all the steps to ensure that the products are safe. It also eliminates contamination, also false labeling, and thus protect the consumer from being misled. It refines the compliances and performance by the manufacturer and the producer. They have to comply with all the steps which have been taken. Now we come to good handling processes. अब हम handling पे आए हैं, when we are dealing after manufacturing, when we handle. So it is a comprehensive approach from farm to the store. All the stages are monitored here. We have to identify potential sources of risk. और जब we have identified the risk, we need to indicate what steps and procedures are to be taken to minimize the risk of contamination. This risk will be minimized, and all the people who are handling food will be required to have good hygienic practices so that the food is good quality and safe to eat. Now, hazard analysis critical control point, this is very important. Please do it in details. The purpose of HACCP, it provides assurance of food safety. The difference in approaches, raw material, and each individual step of the process is considered and evaluated कि उसका कितना contribution हो सकता है towards the development of pathogenic microorganism or other food hazards. So we'll analyze how much it can cause harm, and after that, during each step stage in the food chain, from raw material procurement, manufacturing, distribution, usage, defining measures for hazard control. So we have different set of measures for raw material procurement, manufacturing, distribution. सबके लिए we have अलग अलग standards, different standards, and it involves two processes. The first one is identification of hazards, the second is assessment of chances of hazard during each step. Now simply just imagine that you are going and cooking in a kitchen. तो आप kitchen में अगर खाना भी बना रहे हैं तो first we'll identify the hazards related to the food. गैस का hazard हो सकता है. It could be that the food storage is not proper, your refrigerator is not working, your mixer is contaminated, the utensils are not clean. So identification of hazards at each step. Now assessment of the chances of hazard. We have identified the hazards. Now we'll see किस stage पे कितना hazard हो सकता है. Whether when you get the product, procurement, आपने उसे धोया, ढंग से धोया था या नहीं धोया था. Then when you are storing it, is it covered at the proper temperature? उसके बाद when you are cooking it, is the cooking temperature proper? The method of cooking is proper? Are you using dirty hands? The utensils are clean or no? Understood? That is, all the steps are assessed, and this assessment is used to minimize the risk. Why do we need to implement HACCP? Why do we implement it? Because it is a preventive approach to ensure food safety. Remember, prevention is better than cure. तो यहाँ पर we are not curing. अगर हमारा product खराब है तब हम पीछे जाके उसका इलाज करेंगे. But here it is preventive. We are identifying at each stage where the problem lies. end product inspection was time consuming, expensive, and it detected problems after they occur. So it was a cure. Now, prevention, HACCP, it is prevention. It takes appropriate action at the problem stage. As soon as the problem arises, we have a solution. So it utilizes the resources efficiently and it is very cost effective. Otherwise, we need to monitor the whole process again. And FSSA 2006 places responsibility for safe food. Remember, I told you from vertical to horizontal, and it uses all the standards set up by HACCP, GMP, and GHP. All these are followed in our country. Now we come to the last topic, that is the scope. Scope we have been dealing with in all the sub chapters. अब हम देखेंगे कि इसमें फूड सेफ्टी में what are the scope. तो सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, ये तो हम हर जगह कर सकते हैं. वी कैन हैव आवर ओन फूड लैब. We can be a consultant for food safety. Food safety and sanitization education could be provided to all the members or the society. The scope, the food industry in India accounts for 26% of the GDP, and this is growing. So it is a very fast developing field with lot many opportunities. The employment, it's at both the levels. It could be government, it could be NGOs, private. It is regulatory also, and along with the health agencies. We could be analyst in work quality control lab, manager हो सकते हैं वहां पर. We could be a trainer for implementation of HACCP. See, HACCP is like an audit. आपके पास अलग अलग standards हैं. You have to fulfill all those standards. So you can be an auditor also for HACCP to monitor the food standards. In voluntary organization हम काम कर सकते हैं. Quality certification such as ISO, यहाँ पर भी we can be an auditor for ISO or HACCP. टीचिंग एंड academics, it's very common, सब fields में हो सकता है. Scientific writing, we can have our blogs, you can write articles, journals. Food inspector and food testing, ये अलग अलग companies के लिए और for the government also. The knowledge of home science is very relevant in this field, or we are dealing with home science only. And the disciple is food science and nutrition. You can pursue food science and nutrition, उसके आगे diploma, masters. Or we also need to have knowledge of how to improve the safety and quality. You have various specialized programs or diplomas for this particular field. And you also need to understand and manage the food safety hazard. इसके लिए भी you have different training programs, different modules which are offered to the students to pursue this particular field. And maybe you could be working in a laboratory like this cartoon. So I hope the topic is now clear. You have understood the importance of food safety, what are the measures taken nationally and internationally by various organizations to ensure that we are safe, the food we are eating is safe. So once you see FSSAI on a packaging, you can be sure the quality is good. So thanks.